Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. I'm your I'm your host Jonathan, and I'll be discussing today on music and mental health. This is a very anticipated series I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I'm glad I've been able to be blessed with the opportunity to finally do this series that I've been very eager to do and very excited to showcase to all of you guys. Obviously, the impacts of mental health and on music, because that is something that's kind of an unbreached, undisputed topic as of right now, and there's not really much research to really go about it either. We have a lot of people discussing the positive effects of music, but there's very, very little effects on the negative aspects of music. And it has all these different things that you think a lot of more people would be talking about this type of stuff because of how, convoluted and complex of it is of a subject. But if anything, it's something that needs to be talked about more and is kind of harming our culture the less and less we really start to talk about this thing. So what I plan to do with this series is just kind of talk about these types of issues that isn't really talked about at all in the mainstream media or even on anywhere. You find the occasional article or so on music and mental health, but you really don't find much to do with these type of things and really putting into structured, formulated videos and content like this. So I feel the need to start doing this today, and drew this channel and drew just kind of condensing it and formatting it into episodic series of where I'm able to discuss more briefly in depth in those types of series, those types of videos. Through this series, I plan to schedule and make different types of videos on different types of subjects relating to the idea of music and mental health, as well as discussing different ideas and beliefs and different topics and various concepts that go along with the ideas of music and mental health. And for this episode today, we're just going to be looking at a brief overview of what this series and what really this whole idea of music and mental health really is, because a lot of people just don't get the kind of concept that music can have an impact on your mental health, or if there's really any psychological basis or really any form of ideas that it could affect your mental health at all. And so I'm here to kind of disprove that and prove today what really is true and what isn't true. And based on the research today, I'm able to kind of put in together my own opinions as well as what research is able to show us. Some of the research that has been shown is to have positive effects on your mental health based on the types of music that you listen to. It can increase your dopamine levels as well as your oxytocin levels, that being your love hormones. Music is able to kind of lower our stress hormones. So cortisol would be that stress hormone that's currently identified with in the psychological DSM-5. And through the types of music that you're able to listen to today, you can be able to kind of get a sense of what kind of music hits certain regions of your brain regarding other different types of things. We do know that the brain is a very important aspect of listening to music. And we know that listening to music has certain effects on how we process information. It could be through learned lyrics, it could be through the lyric and what the singer said rapper is saying in their types of music, what they're rapping or singing about. The instrumentals themselves can have an impact on how we choose to process that information as well, what kind of feelings we're feeling from those types of music, as well as the types of beats, pitches, and tones that are accompanied with the actual types of music. And now there are certain different types of melodies, different types of instruments that are used in those types of music that have an effect on our well-being, that have an effect on how we're moved by music and how we feel in our brains, as well as in our spirits and how we process those types of information. The brain is able to kind of invoke certain emotions and bring up past memories that we can have as we kind of move along, as we start to kind of connect with the type of songs we listen to. So, for instance, if you listen to a song you really rather feel kind of disconnected to, it's not going to be something you're going to want to stick to. Maybe the beat might be something you kind of feel, but on a more psychological level, you're not going to really like it. And it could be even an instrumental song. It's not, the lyrics are not what makes the song a song. If anything, the instrumentals mean more when it comes to writing a song than the lyrics actually do themselves. The instrumentals can bring up a lot more emotion and memories than the lyrics ever could. The lyrics are just a supplement to kind of go along with the kind of theme or the song or the message that the song is trying to produce. There's nothing wrong with that. Many people tend to prefer the instrumentals over the lyrical content, but the lyrics themselves are what makes a song catchy, so we have to keep that in mind. This is a really broad subject. I really need to have an episode dedicated to that alone. So, which is why I'm not going to get into it too much, but good and bad music, how we understand it, is a very broad and very opinionated subject. So you're not going to go up to someone and say that this is a good song because of this, right? You can have a good music taste, but that's maybe completely based on your opinions or dispositions to those types of music that you like. And so you may not like another person's songs because of the fact that it's just simply put, it's not your type of style of music. So if I were to say to someone that, I like this jazz song because of the way it makes me feel, of the way it moves me and all that kind of stuff, well, I could sit here and say I like a pop song because a pop song makes me feel a certain way, makes me move a certain way, it gets me to reminisce about certain life events in a positive outlook and whatnot. This is just one example of good and bad music taste. And again, I'm not going to get into it too much. It deserves an episode to be really fully delved into. But there is a difference to be had in terms of good and bad music. And that's the type of point that I would love to bring out with this type of series and what this type of music is going to be involved in. There are so many things we can get into in terms of the positives and negatives. And there's so many different things we can get into with the different aspects and layers that go along with each type of music. Positive and negative effects are sort of something you want to keep in mind when you listen to music on a day-to-day basis. And this is something that no one talks about. It's sort of just like an invisible discussion. Because nobody really wants to talk about the fact that music can have a major impact and role. People just feel like, music can just be whatever you want it to be. And music doesn't really have the same kind of energy or power to, people don't really give music that kind of power that it deserves to have, because music is definitely a tool that's being used by a lot of mainstream artists to kind of portray and put their feelings and emotions out there, but not many people in the real world seem to really be catching on to that. And many are just oblivious to the fact that music has such a major role in society, and how it's kind of able to shape our culture, and how it's shaping our youth and our ways of communicating and our ways of functioning in our own lives. So many people want to take into consideration that it just shapes us, who we are. And in most cases, we're turned to music that we feel shapes us as people. So when we're listening to songs actively versus passively, we can kind of understand ourselves better. And it's not until you start listening to songs, just by itself, as opposed to listening to it in the background. We're so used to just processing information passively. And that could just be a social media issue as well, the fact that there's just so much information to just kind of bog our minds, that we kind of get numb to the idea of really spending time on one thing. And because of that, music, it's just been kind of something that we listen to on the side. It's not something we really think about. It's just something we kind of do when we're doing something else, or when we're just doing a workout, or when we're exercising, or when we're doing homework. And those are all fine, and those are all good, but it also doesn't help to spend some personal time with that kind of music as well. And so I eagerly urge you guys, for anyone who does struggle with music, and putting down those certain types of emotions in your lives, even for those that are just struggling in general with mental health issues, to just go on our website, nodepressionforme.com, seek out a community of people that we have on our website through our blogs and forums, and sign up for a free ebook today. It's very easy. All of it's for free. Nothing's being of charge or nothing like that. Just go on our website, you get a free ebook, and people that are like-minded, that are going through the same struggles as you are today, and that you can make a true change in your life just by joining us and overcoming this depression, overcoming any mental health issues that you may have. And you're not alone in this walk, you're not alone in your struggles, and is able to truly set you free in ways that you never even imagined it would. So I thank you all for so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe down in the comments below. Just know that the next video will be on a very more in-depth topic for the next issue that we do. And we will definitely be getting more involved in the types of things that, in terms of the very deep emotions that it has with us. And hopefully we can continue making this series. Thanks for your support, thanks for your feedback. Please leave a comment down below if you have any concerns or want any more improvement. And definitely just encouragement at all if you have any. So I leave you all with that, and God bless you all, and see you all next time in the next video.